Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest weather-wise. Today's June 13th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery. This is yesterday morning. Take a look here as we go through the day yesterday. Look at the thunderstorm activity pop up across some of the Rocky Mountains there, Idaho, Montana, into British Columbia. Some of those storms did form across some of just northern portions of Washington, right on the border there as we went through the day yesterday. And then we scroll on in through last night. You still see some thunderstorm activity across some of the North Cascades there, trying to get out towards the Okanagan River Valley, British Columbia, Alberta, portions of western Montana. Then we go off in towards this morning right now. No thunderstorms currently, but we are going to have some thunderstorms again today and some strong ones here across portions of Montana. You can also see that we are fairly well socked in here for portions of Seattle, Portland, and western Oregon. A little bit of sunshine starting to come out there for the southwest Oregon coastline. But right now, Washington pretty well socked in. There is some sunshine, though, for the northern portion of Vancouver Island. Also, go east of the mountains, and you can kind of see how that marine layer butts up against the terrain. It doesn't have much of an effect there across portions of the Columbia Basin and a lot of eastern Oregon. Now, taking a look at lightning strikes over the last 24 hours, you see we did get a few there across some of the Oregon Cascades as well. And again, northern Washington, a lot of BC Rockies, Idaho, and in towards western Montana also. And if you want your own weather station that detects lightning, this is a fun one to have. I have two of these at my house. It detects up to 40 kilometers away. Haptic rain gauge, ultrasonic anemometer, very easy to set up. Click on the link down below to save 10% off. And just a reminder, you can go to the Patreon page here and you can leave me direct messages. You can send me images of what you see out there, or you can help support the channel on the Patreon page here as well. Now, looking at today, you can see some of eastern Washington, northeast Oregon, but look as you go across portions of Montana, there's even a tornado threat, 2% getting close to the Idaho border there. I was going to go out there and chase that, but too many responsibilities here at home in the meantime. But yeah, there's going to be some stronger storms out there across portions of Montana, so heads up for that. You can even see there's a hatch region for some hail and for some wind for some severe gust, and that hail means big hail, 2 inches or larger possible. Now, this would be day 2 here, and you can see mainly western Montana off to the east. Nothing for Washington, Oregon. Then day 3, check this out. We start to bring that thunderstorm threat back across some of the Cascades of Oregon, Washington. We'll revisit that tomorrow. And this is a fire danger here. So we got the fire weather outlook. Elevated conditions across some of Oregon and Washington. And again for tomorrow. So heads up, still got that onshore flow, those gusty winds, and some low relative humidities will be with us through this upcoming weekend. One more look at that Friday thunderstorm outlook. You can see there's Moscow and Pullman just outside of the general thunderstorm risk. There's the marginal, and then you get towards Townsend, Bozeman, Livingston, Lewiston, and yeah, then you start to get into these stronger storms. Now, looking at the Pacific Northwest, 500 millibar heights, 18,000 feet. You can see the troughing we got going on here. You know, it's not bringing a lot of precipitation with it, kind of typical June stuff. Then we bump up those heights just a little bit here as we go through the later portion of the week and early next week, and then the trough gets reestablished here as we go on in through next week. And that's probably when our next chance for some rainfall for places like Seattle is going to occur as we go through Tuesday and Wednesday. It's not looking like a lot right now, but you can clearly see this trough strengthening and kind of maintaining its presence here over the Pacific Northwest. Now, composite reflectivity today, I went a little bit further out here. We're looking at what the Doppler radar may look like here over the next 60 hours. And if we go through the day today, you see these storms pop off across some of the Rocky Mountains or portions of Montana. And some of these are going to be packing a punch. That's a supercell right there to the very far right portion of this image. And you can see, again, some other perhaps supercell activity here going on across portions of central and then eastern Montana roaming around out there. And then we go on in through Saturday. And not much in the way of precipitation, of course, for Seattle, Portland, but there is some thunderstorm activity there across BC as we go through Saturday afternoon and evening. Now, taking a look here, this is the European ensemble mean, and if I scroll through this, I'm going to show you the next system out here. We're going to take a look off into the mid portion of next week. There is that system. It's trying to roll in here. It's not bringing a lot, but it does show the potential for some of western Washington, western Oregon, getting a little bit of precipitation here as we go through the mid portion of the upcoming week. So again, it's not that much here, but you know, things are fairly dry out there. We'll take what we can get. Here's the 80-meter wind speeds. Again, just kind of drawing attention. We got those gusts gusty winds out there, especially east of the Cascades, with some low relative humidities and some fire danger. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Let's try to not have any of these big grass fires or forest fires rolling around across the eastern portions. And also you can see why the fire danger is in place. There goes those low relative humidities as we go through this afternoon. We go on in through Saturday afternoon and we get a little bit worse there. Check it out. Even some teens out there with the relative humidity, the percentages. And then we go off in towards Sunday and look at that again. Quite dry out there. So again, watch out for that fire danger. Here's 15-day precipitation anomaly. Not much change here over the last few days. Generally below normal here across much of the region. And this is the total precipitation in inches on last night's run. So you'll see, excuse me, a little bit of a frog in my throat there. Now, if we go through that Tuesday, Wednesday system, it brings a little bit of rainfall there to Seattle. Better amounts for Southwest BC, maybe Bellingham, a couple tenths of an inch there, maybe a little bit for Western Oregon, like trying to squeeze water out of a stone. Some of the Cascades getting a bit there as well. And again, better amounts across some of northern Vancouver Island, Western BC, British Columbia, and Alberta versus Seattle and Portland, and the Columbia Basin not showing up much there also. So daily 2-meter max temperatures today, Friday the 13th, there's Seattle at 67, Portland up towards 70. We go through Saturday, Sunday, Monday, a little bit of a warm up there, but then we cool things back down just a hair as we go through the mid portion of next week with the weak system traversing through the area, and then we go on in towards the following week. And again, seasonable temperatures, no big heat wave. If I scroll through that again there, you didn't see any 80s for Seattle or Portland or anything showing up like that. No hundreds for Eastern Washington. And this is something interesting to look at, wet bulb globe temperature here. So you can see things nice and comfortable. No elevated, moderate, high, or extreme risk of any kind of heat-related stuff going on. This is Portland International all the way on in through about, June 23rd to 24th. Same thing for Seattle, Tacoma, but I did cherry pick this one from Phoenix there. You can kind of see how they're dealing with moderate and high at times this time of year. And when we get these heat waves, we can start punching up into these areas as well. So just kind of showing you how comfortable it will be here over the next couple of weeks, most likely. So artificial intelligence, here's the North American view. We got Alaska right there. There is Washington, Oregon. Check out that troughing there for Western Canada that continues to impact Pacific Northwest. This troughing is just going to be very persistent as we go all the way through the next weekend, most likely. That one ejects across the Rockies, but quickly replaced here with another one in the artificial intelligence as we go out through the 15-day period. What a timeline here as, kind of June gloom going on as we go through the second half of June. And we'll see if these any of these systems are going to be producing any kind of significant precipitation. Of course, we'll break that down on a daily basis. This is the European ensemble mean. So this is all 50 ensemble members averaged out. It is the gold standard as far as 500 millibar heights, troughs, and whatnot. And then we scroll through here, and again, you can see that troughing all the way on in through June 22nd there. There's some kind of trough ejection across the Rockies. And if we scroll off towards the extended period, you can still see kind of that troughing showing up in the ensemble members there. So pretty good model agreement on this trough. And the cooler weather existing through the second half of June. 2-meter temperature anomaly. Just going to scroll through this quickly. It shouldn't be much of a surprise that you're going to see some blues out there on the map as we go through the 15-day time period. Ensemble mean shows something very similar there as well, and you can kind of see that June 19th to 24th time period, fairly well below normal here across much of the region. 46-day outlook, European weeklies, still the below normal signal continues. I'm going to check back on this daily until finally at some point it changes. 6 to 10 day, there's the below normal signal for the Pacific Northwest. Some areas are above for some of Montana, Idaho, and extreme southeastern Oregon. And then again, the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. We'll see who's going to win out, the European that says below normal for a lot of these areas or the Climate Prediction Center. And if you want, go ahead and go in there and vote and let me know what you guys think of maybe some paid tours there, or if you'd like me to just do a live stream, or what your situation is exactly. You can leave comments. Also, Dust Devil tours, windstorm tours, maybe snow tours, wave tours, all the things that I chase here in the Pacific Northwest. So let me know what you think about that. Otherwise, click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.